Okay, so, I guess it's been officially confirmed, even though we all kind of knew even from that terrible ending for Flash Season 2, that yes, we are getting Flashpoint as Season 3 for Flash, because why else, right? Why else would you have, why else would you shit on Barry Allen's character development and all of that, just, for, what people think is the only good Flash story, even though there's tons and tons of Flash stories from Mark Waid and all these other writers to pile on and really play on. Well, you just want to do Flashpoint right out the gate for Season 3. Gotta have that Flashpoint. Yeah. So that's all I can fathom, is that they just wanted to do Flashpoint right, for the fun of it. Anyway, so the big question is, how much of this season of Flash is going to affect the other CW shows? Obviously, for Legends of Tomorrow, the big thing looks like it's going to be the Justice Society, and as well as maybe to an extent the possible invasion of the Thanagarians. We also have for Arrow. Well, Arrow just kind of ended, didn't it? Season 4 Arrow just end. Yes, I did watch the season finale of Arrow. Newsflash, sucked. Big shock. And yeah, that one, however, just ended, didn't it? It just meh. And we're also having Supergirl come in. Now, what probably is going to happen is that they're going to use this as an excuse to bring Supergirl into this. But the other thing is, how are you going to do these other shows with Flashpoint going on? Because, yeah, Flashpoint is a giant universe-building thing, unless they say, oh, no, Barry's in an alternate timeline right now. He's, what's going on with Barry isn't affecting the rest of the DCCW universe. It's just his own thing. He's going to be separated from them for an entire season. Isn't that interesting? No, that's not interesting at all. That's just... what? Yeah. So that's the big thing here you have to look at, is that this show, this series, this season, I'm going to watch it, even though, yes, the second half of Flash Season 2, after the whole reveal that Jay Garrick was really, Hunter Zolomon Zoom, the show really went downhill after that, Christmas hiatus after that reveal. Yeah. And it really hit an all-time low with that Season 2 ending. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a third season. I'm gonna give it the third season. I'm gonna give it a shot. But yeah, who knows? Hopefully it won't suck. And yeah. Now, the big thing with this is that they won't be able to use all the characters. They will not in any way, shape, or form be able to use all the characters they want for this season. So that's going to be the big thing. Oh yeah, what's also probably going to happen is that Barry's going to lose his speed. Again! Yeah. We haven't done that already in 2 seasons. So yeah, can we just keep Barry with his speed at least? Can we just not have him lose his connection to the Speed Force over again? You already did the whole, let's give him the particle accelerator experiment thingy all over again, so yeah, just let him have his super speed, but have him trapped in this timeline. But yeah, that's the bigger thing is, yeah, he's going to, how is this going to affect the rest of the universe, or is this going to be its own thing? And plus, what characters what can you do to make it differentiate and, still keep it fresh from the original comic story of Flashpoint? How exactly are you going to have it play out in the Flashpoint storyline? How is that going to work exactly? But yeah, with Flashpoint, what was I going to say with this? I'm just going to throw around ideas of what you could do with a CW equivalent of Flashpoint. What can you do with a CW Flashpoint? I'm just going to throw around ideas, and these are just a few opinions I have, and I'm always excited to hear what you guys have for, for ideas for this series. So just comment below, let me know what you guys think of all this, and yeah. Just let me know in the comments below of what you all think should happen with this series. I'm always excited to hear what you guys have to say. But yeah, let's get on with it, with what characters you could see as certain characters are not in here existent. So, first off, this is again how we're probably going to get Supergirl into the universe, or what happened with Zoom trying to just, maybe you could have it that what happened with Zoom caused the universes to kind of collide in one another, and Supergirl is now part of this universe, and maybe to an extent Superman, because we do know that Superman's going to appear in the 2-part premiere for Supergirl, season 2 premiere, excuse me. So I'm wondering, is this is how Supergirl going to be it, or what Zoom tried to do to the multiverse? That's the other thing, is what Zoom tried to do in the multiverse going to also be effect of it. But yeah, now I always had this idea of maybe, and this was an idea that a subscriber of mine, Lydia, she had this idea of maybe in a Flashpoint if they do Flashpoint, maybe instead of trying to, in a Flashpoint version, maybe you could have Tommy Merlyn as Arrow instead of having Robert Queen, because they already did the Robert Queen thing in Earth 2, because, yeah, that was, that already happened in the Earth 2 universe. So maybe, instead of doing Flashpoint Batman over again, because you kind of already did that in the Earth 2 version, how about have it that instead of Tommy that went on the boat and landed on Lian Yu, it was him and his father who were on the boat, and his father killed himself to keep Tommy alive, and Tommy was the one who became the Green Arrow. Yeah, I would be okay with that. We all thought Tommy was an awesome character in season 1. It took me a while to realize, yeah, Tommy's an awesome character. It's just like Eddie, with Eddie Thawne. I thought Eddie was like an annoying character, and then I look back and I'm like, Eddie, you were a pretty interesting character. Yeah, I mean, not as cool as Tommy, mind you, but still, Eddie was still like, yeah, I'm okay with this character. Anyway, so I would like to see Tommy as the Green Arrow. I think that would be a cool new element. And plus, you could even have it that he found out about his father's connection to the League of Assassins, and they were the ones who pulled him off Lian Yu and trained him, and then he went back to the city to protect it in a more darker aspect. He would still be like season 1 Arrow who would just kill everybody. Just keep it like that. I think that would be cool. For everyone else, maybe you could I'd be fine with Killer Frost. Yeah, you could have Killer Frost in here. I think, I know they already did that in the Earth 2 stuff, but I think it would be cool to have Killer Frost, Caitlin as Killer Frost in here in this continuity, and in this continuity, like, she looks like more comic book Killer Frost, like, her skin's blue, she's more control of the ice powers, something like that. For Firestorm, I think it would be cool if you had full-on Firestorm. Instead of the Flash ever happening, Central City's Guardian is Firestorm. Yeah, you can have Firestorm. You can have in this continuity. You can still have Ronnie still alive with fused to Stein. Yeah, you could do that, or you could have Citizen Cold. You can have, but then again, it'd be kind of confusing because he's dead. He's quote-unquote dead. Who knows? Maybe he'll come back in, like, an earlier timeline or something. Yeah, Leonard died in, like, the penultimate episode of Legends of Tomorrow, but who knows? Maybe time travel will bring him back, or alternate timeline like this. You could do the whole Citizen Cold thing with him, have him the Protector. Who knows? But yeah, there's so many essential characters. Like, who are they going to have as the warring tribes? You can't have Aquaman and Wonder Woman, because, yeah, they're kind of in the big movie universe. You can't use Cyborg, so what would it be? You could maybe use Grodd, but he's in Earth 2, so I don't know how that would work. Maybe alternate timeline, you could have Grodd controlling Africa, and maybe Grodd's ruling the world? Or Grodd's leading an army? I don't know. See, that's the big difficult thing with this, is that, that's the major thing with doing Flashpoint in a CW budget, and when they weren't allowed to use certain characters because they didn't want to, quote-unquote, confuse everybody. So that's the big problem here, and that's why I'm kind of raking my brain over it, of how you could do this. They can't have any of the Green Lanterns, they can't even have Alan Scott. Yeah, they confirmed they can't even use Alan Scott, so none of the Lanterns are ever going to show up, unfortunately. Maybe you could have Diggle in, like, a version of the Suicide Squad. Yeah, you can maybe have Diggle as a member of the Suicide Squad. Like, he went rogue. He's the one who went AWOL in this timeline, and Waller locked him up, or whatever. You could have him as Deadshot. Who knows? Or, I don't know. I'm trying to rack my brain over this. I really am. The only real solid one that I would like to see, but knowing CW, they won't be smart to do this, because DCCW and I know them better. Is Tommy is the Arrow. That's the only thing that I'm like, oh man, that would be so cool. They're never going to do it because it's an awesome idea, and they're going to do something different, completely stupid. God forbid they actually say like, oh, Felicity is the Black Canary. I just made all your skin crawl. Like I could actually feel a collective shudder down your spine upon hearing that, and that may be and I'm not saying that's going to happen, but that's like an idea they're talking about right now at the CW. It's like, what could we do to make this different? I know, let's make Felicity the Black Canary, and then you'll all feel a collective disturbance in the Force. Like, admit it, that's what would probably happen to all of us. Like, if that was announced, we'd feel a collective disturbance in the Force. We don't want that, but knowing CW and how much they're trying to ram Felicity down our throats, that probably would happen. And I'm afraid it might. I really am. I'm honestly afraid of that. Maybe we could get Laurel? We can get Laurel back, but then they said, no, it's a permanent death. It's not going to happen. Yeah, because killing the Black Canary in a Green Arrow TV show made so much fucking sense, right? Ugh. I don't know. I know this is just me complaining, but I'm just kind of trying to rack my brain around how you could do this. How are you going to do this? You can't use you can't use the major characters, and the minor characters. What, are you just going to say, oh, it's Earth 2, but it happened here? No, that's just lazy writing. Then again, you did do lazy writing because you repeated the whole second season and made it almost exactly like the first season. Honestly, guys, like I said, I'm going to give Season 3 a shot. I want to see I'm hoping it'll get better. I'm hoping maybe they'll learn from their mistakes from Season 2. I have a feeling, it's CW, they don't learn from their mistakes usually, so... I'm just going to, sit back and wait and see what happens with all of this. So you guys tell me, how would you do the CW equivalent of Flashpoint? Really curious to see what characters would you make differently? What villains would you have? What heroes would you have? And keep in mind, keep it as the CW universe. Let's keep it a little practical here. But anyway, sorry for the rant. I really am. But yeah, once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.